Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. It is Star Raptor, and welcome to my spoiler-filled review for The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 4, titled Chapter 4, Sanctuary. This one is directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, and I can't believe we're already halfway through this season of The Mandalorian. It's crazy how fast it's going. So this one is all about The Mandalorian trying to seek refuge on a planet out in the middle of nowhere to escape the bounty hunters and the Empire after he did escape with the Beskar armor. And Baby Yoda, he arrives on this planet to find out that this village is being raided by these raiders, and they are using him for help, and he gives in. He can't say no to these poor people that can't protect themselves. And in doing so, he does come across Cara Dune, an ex-Rebel Shocktrooper. He teams up with her, and they protect the village. And this episode has him looks like he's leaving the planet. And this episode really goes into the Mandalorian. It gets past his tough exterior with the help of this character, this villager named Omera, and she gets the Mandalorian to open up quite a bit. He does explain his backstory about he never removes the helmet in front of anybody ever since he was a kid. His parents got killed, as we've seen in these flashbacks, and he doesn't take his helmet off, and if he does, the Mandalorian can never put the helmet back on. So I thought that was very interesting how they put it that way, because as we know from Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars, the characters are constantly taking their helmets off. Maybe this is some kind of ancient rite that this Mandalorian tribe he's part of has enacted after the events of this great scourge that we keep hearing about. But talking more about the Mandalorian and just getting more heart from this character and seeing him, especially at the end of the episode, really having a lot of conflict. Like, he kind of seems like he's ready to settle down. It definitely seems like he has feelings for this Omera girl, and even Cara Dune points that out. And Baby Yoda is so comfortable on this planet, and it's funny because Baby Yoda, we're the 4th episode, and every time I see Baby Yoda, it's still the same reaction. Like, it's not getting old, especially in this episode. You see how happy he is. He's playing with all these kids, and unfortunately he has to go. This episode really pulls on your heartstrings, and I literally yelled at my TV when I seen that, oh, this bounty hunter, did he actually kill Baby Yoda? And no, it was actually Cara Dune behind him the whole time. I really liked Bryce Dallas Howard's approach to directing, especially in this opening sequence. It's the first time we get a sequence in The Mandalorian that is not from the perspective of The Mandalorian. You see this very happy village, everything's going great, even the music is awesome, and then it just takes a turn for the worse, and it becomes pretty terrifying, almost like Rogue One war-like, especially with this AT-ST, an AT-ST with red viewports. It looked really, really menacing, and it reminded me a lot of Jurassic Park. Go figure, the daughter of the director of Jurassic Park would put elements of Jurassic Park in a Star Wars movie, and I'm all for it. It was awesome, and the fact that we got like this Felucia type of episode, if you guys watch the Clone Wars, the Anakin and Ahsoka train these Felucian farmers to take out these pirates to protect themselves. It's kind of the same sort of story in a way, but it's got that Mandalorian flair, and I love the montage. I love that montage of Cara Dune teaching these people how to be soldiers, as well as the Mandalorian doing the same. So very, very interesting there. Just the entrance of Cara Dune, talking more about Cara Dune now, the entrance of her into this series was awesome. Just so much physicality. This is why you get this actress in here of Gina Carano, and not just the action. I thought she did a really good job as well with her acting abilities and becoming a very likable character very early on. I hope we learn more about her past. She was mentioning about Endor hunting down the people, just like we've seen in the Aftermath novels about their hunting these war criminals. They have different teams. The New Republic at that point had different teams to go out and hunt these people. It's getting old for her, so it makes sense that the Mandalorian would ask her for her help dealing with these raiders and coming up with these plan and going in like a covert op. I thought that was a really cool thing we haven't seen in this series yet, and just a little bit of tidbits here and there. We've seen a Lothcat. That was really cool, seeing a Lothcat in live action, because we've seen plenty of them in the animation, although there is one in Galaxy's Edge. But overall, I was very happy with this episode. I don't think it was my favorite episode. I think that's still going to be probably episode 3, but this is somewhere in the middle. But this did have a lot of plot that's going to develop. It just shows us that the Mandalorian, no matter what, he's going to be hunted. He's thinking about settling down, but it's not quite the time yet. He has really become the father figure to this Baby Yoda. This Baby Yoda is huge. That's the whole focal point of the story. So what is going to happen? Are they going to have to go to another planet now? I'm assuming so. It's just... And that's another thing. It was really refreshing seeing another planet. You know, we've seen a lot of desert. We've seen this other bleak-looking planet. But to have a forested planet similar to Endor with these krill swimming around in the water the way it opened up in the beginning of the episode, I thought it was really refreshing. And I'm just super excited to learn more. We're going to see maybe what happens with the Empire the next episode. We're going to see, hopefully, Giancarlo Esposito's character of Moff Gideon coming into the picture, I would assume, very, very soon. We still have Ming-Na Wen's character, that's this assassin that still has yet to show up in this series. So there's still so much to look forward to, and they left it off where Cara Dune is not exactly teaming up with the Mandalorian after this. So what happens with them joining team for the long term? We're going to figure that out. What do you guys think of this episode of The Mandalorian? Let's chat about it all in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I talk about Star Wars all the dang time. I have a current walkthrough of Jedi Fallen Order, the latest video game, as well as I do Star Wars Resistance animated reviews as well. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you go ahead and simply support the channel by subscribing, and do hit that notification icon so that way you're notified of future videos. That is going to do it for me, Star Raptor. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at StarRaptor.